Hello my dear viewers, welcome back to Simply Ruhoni, welcome back to the World Cooking Series. In this series we are going to travel from continent to continent, country to country, where we are going to cook their national dishes or famous dishes which are popular in these countries. And for the ingredients, we might be wondering if we can be able to get all the ingredients. Please do not worry, we are going to use whatever is easily available where you are. So get ready to taste various recipes found all over the world and also to learn a bit more about the country that we will be visiting. And to end year 2023, we are going to visit South America. And we will be visiting a country famous for this type of bread. Just to give you a hint, this is a landlocked country. Can you guess which country we are visiting this time? Okay, my dear viewers, did you guess right? Yes, we are visiting Paraguay. And we will making Sopa Paraguaya. This is a cornmeal bread made with onions and cheese. Officially known as Republic of Paraguay, nicknamed as the heart of South America because of its central location. It is one of the two landlocked countries. The other one is Bolivia, but it has a river which provides access to Atlantic Ocean. So these are the ingredients which we are going to use for our cornmeal bread. So this is a very simple recipe. Let me start with the ingredients. Here we have our baking pan with butter, pieces of butter, which we will use to oil our baking pan. Then we have our onion. Please make sure to use white onion. The red onion will impart its color into the bread and we do not want that. And we will finally chop our onion. And then here is a baking powder, a cup of milk, salt, and 3 eggs. The recipe calls for 4 eggs, but I only have 3 of them. Here is the yellow cornmeal, but you can also use white cornmeal. Then here we have cheese. So here I have Parmesan as well as mozzarella cheese. So I'm going to use more of the mozzarella, but for the Parmesan I'm going to use only half cup of it. Okay, so here are our ingredients. This is cornmeal and not corn flour. This is a cornmeal. Here we have our cheese. This is a mixture. This is half a cup of Parmesan, and this one here is half a cup of mozzarella. Here are our 3 eggs, but like I said, you're supposed to have 4. 1 teaspoon of baking powder and only half a teaspoon of salt because our cheese also has salt. And here is our 1 cup of milk. And our last ingredient is this onion, and we are going to chop it very finely. So the first step, we are going to start by frying our onions. We are going to heat about 1 tablespoon of oil. Like I said, we are going to chop the onion very finely because we do not want to see the pieces of onions in our bread. And I am advising you not to grate your onion as it will become very watery. Like I said, even though Paraguay is a landlocked country, it has a river which provides access to Atlantic Ocean. But it has also divided Paraguay into 2 regions, Western Paraguay and Eastern Paraguay. As you can see, we have added salt and we are going to cook our onions until they are soft. Paraguay has bordered Bolivia, Brazil, and Argentina, and it has around 6.1 million people, but unfortunately the data on ethnicity was not available. As you can see, our onions are ready. We are going to set them aside. So before you start mixing your ingredients, preheat your oven at 350 Fahrenheit. We are going to start by beating our eggs, making sure that they have mixed well, and then we are going to add milk little by little. Just be careful not to make a mess. Then mix your baking powder with your flour. Please forgive me, it was a struggle finding the angle of filming and mixing at the same time. The capital and largest city of Paraguay is Asunción. Paraguay is considered as home to immigrants to almost all over the world, especially from Italy, Germany, and China. And indigenous people makes only 2% of the population. Okay, so after mixing our milk and eggs, now we are going to start by adding our cornmeal. We are going to add little by little while mixing. So make sure you mix well until there are no visible lumps. Paraguay is a bilingual country. We have Spanish and Guaran, but they still have 19 other indigenous languages spoken in the country. So as you've seen, we have added the mixture of cheese, and we are going to make sure that all these ingredients are mixed well. In terms of religion, Christians are the majority. Unfortunately, our data are very outdated, but they've shown that Catholics are the majority, but also we have less than 1% of the people practicing indigenous religion. So after mixing well our ingredients, we are going to transfer them into a baking pan. Economically, Paraguay is a developing country, depending largely on agriculture. It is one of the countries known worldwide by producing soybeans. Now we are putting our bread into the oven at 350 for 45 minutes. Paraguay culture is influenced by European culture. Actually, it's a mix of European and Guaran culture. Majority of Paraguayans are mestizos, meaning it's a blend of European and Guaran. And so Paraguay is one of the most homogeneous countries in South America. Still on culture, they practice embroidery and lace making, and their cooking practices are influenced by European and Guaran culture. Now it is after 50 minutes. Let us check our bread. Here I was using the toothpick method. You dip it at the center, and if it comes out clean, it means your bread is ready. From my research, from various blogs, they've said that this bread is going to be dense. It is not going to be fluffy as with other cornmeal bread. As you can see, it has browned very well. So before we start serving, do you know that Paraguay has the largest water reserve in the world? And it also has one of the largest hydroelectric power plant in the world. But also the capital, Asunción, is known as the mother of cities, as it is one of the oldest cities in South America. So the moment of truth, our bread is ready. The color is so beautiful, so is the taste.